told you guys that I was going to do a spring test on this Millet 1x4 scope, and all I'm going to do is dial up 2, 4, 8 minutes, and then dial back down 2, 4, 8 minutes to see how consistently it's strung up. Now this is a 1x4 scope at 100 yards, so being able to spot that consistently. The main thing is I need to make sure that the springs are returning to 0. So let me get my camera set up, and we'll get this started. And of course the sun would be right in my eye right now. So I'm going to go up 2, down 2, up 4, down 4, up 6, down 6, up 8, down 8. These next 5 shots, all I'm going to do is use my scope dial-ups. I'm getting 2 different app readings for my dial-ups. And so what I want to do is I want to use the one that I trust most as my initial. And then I'm going to take 4 shots, dial it up to see if it's correct, and then drop the last one down back to 100 to make sure it's consistent. First one is going to be right at 100, so we're at 0, 0. Okay, the next one is 1.24. This is 200. Ooh. Okay, next one is 3.76. This will be 300. What's going on here? It's dry. Okay, and the last one is 6.96. 7. And this will be 400. What is going on? Bring it all the way back down. the mag or if it's just too dry.
Since I've shot this video, I have now added a bubble level to my Millet 1x4 scope on my 6.5 Grendel. What is interesting to me is how far the bullets began to stray off, and this was just at 100 yards here. But what I really want to talk about today is the Ballistic AE app. This is the legend that we're going to be following. This is the yardages that, or the yard distances that I would be shooting. And understand I only shot this at 100 yards. So this was my 100. My first shot was way off. 200, 300, and 400. This is the MOA that Ballistic AE suggests under each yardage. This is the actual inches from point of center, and then this is what the app suggests the inches should be, and then the difference between what the app says and what the actual is. So starting here at 200 yards, the actual was, or the dial-up was 1.19, so basically I shot 1.25, and it was 1.387 is the actual. The Ballistic AE said it would be 1.25, meaning that it's only a 0.13 difference. And so that makes up for that 1.9 there, if that makes sense, because this only has a half MOA dial-up. The next one was at 300 yards at 3.63, and I think I dialed up at 3.75, I believe is what I did. And so the actual was 4.008, and Ballistic AE said it would be 3.80 inches, and it was 0.21 off, and that makes up for that difference there. And finally, the 400-yard shot is 6.71, and I know I dialed 6.75, so it was up at 7.283. The app said it would be 7.02 in height, inches height, and the difference was 0.26 inches. So yeah, I was first concerned about this not dialing up consistently in my first test, but what I realized I wasn't doing, and this is a lower end scope, it just really needs that love tap that's there. So taking shots out to 400 yards using the Ballistic AE app, this thing tracked incredibly well. So Ron and I are going out hunting out on his place. I think we can legally do this. I don't know. I'm going either way. Head out his place, and we're going to do some long range shooting. I'm really tempted to bring the Grendel just to make sure this is all true, but I really want to show you guys. I've had this load developed for years, and I didn't realize this is literally the fastest bullet load that I'll be zipping out of my 6.5 Creedmoor, the Aero Precision that I've got back there. And this is not the lightest bullet in my categories or my catalog bullets. So stay tuned, because I'm really hoping to zip this bullet into some critters out west.